Chattanooga, Tennessee is a stunning riverfront city surrounded by mountains, making it one of the most naturally scenic destinations in the United States. The city's vibrant downtown features beautiful parks and outdoor trails, delicious coffee shops and restaurants, and boutique hotels that make the stay in the city all the more memorable. Just beside Chattanooga is Lookout Mountain, home to Ruby Falls and Rock City, two places that really bring out the magic and whimsy of the mountains. With its perfect blend of natural beauty and small city charm, Chattanooga offers an unforgettable escape of adventure, relaxation, and everything in between.
Before moving to the Blue Ridge Mountains, Claire and I lived in Chattanooga for 2 years, and so we definitely got a feel for what the city is like. And even before that, I grew up visiting Chattanooga on weekends for vacations and to see family. And so I gotta say, if there's a city that I know like the back of my hand, I'm gonna say that it's Chattanooga. And so I'm really excited for us to be able to show you guys around, show you some local spots, as well as some iconic gems that you just gotta go to when you're here. And the one extra thing that's super special is that we are joined with Gretel and Geppetto on this trip. We knew that the city was super dog friendly, and so we decided to bring them along. So without further ado, let's go.
When we lived in Chattanooga, anytime we wanted brunch, Niedlov's was #1 on the list. And it is because the atmosphere is just so homey and cozy. Right now they have a roaring fireplace right beside me. The outdoor patio is just decorated with ferns and plants, string lights, like everything about it is homey. What's also really awesome is it's dog friendly and affordable. We decided to go for their Reuben as well as their lox and bagel. I also got a matcha latte, and Chad went for one of their seasonal drinks, which is the maple pecan latte. And then I saw these pumpkin cookies in the display case, and I just could not pass it up. It looks so fluffy. And I was asking the cashier, and she's like, yes, it's super moist, it's excellent. And so that is what we're gonna have for dessert.
After eating breakfast at Niedlov's, we have made our way to Northshore, which is the north side of Chattanooga, just across the Tennessee River. And this is one of my favorite parts of the city because it's just very artsy and cool. Actually behind me is the Walnut Street Bridge, and unfortunately it's closed for renovations. So if you're watching this video, maybe in like a year or two, it'll be open again and ready to be walked on. It's actually one of our favorite spots to walk the dogs, but instead we're gonna make our way over to Coolidge Park, where they have a really nice park that overlooks the river, and it should also be really nice as well. You guys excited to go to Coolidge Park? So Coolidge Park is one of my favorite parks in Chattanooga just because you have access to the river. If you're interested in kayaking, you can go for a run, you could bike, and it connects with the Walnut Street Bridge. It's a perfect spot if you want to have a picnic because it's super flat and it's just really beautiful. One other thing, if you do like to go for a run or for a walk, you can actually go across the Walnut Street Bridge once it's reopened and connect with the Tennessee Riverwalk Trail, which is, I believe, over 10, perhaps 20 miles of trail that follows the entire Tennessee River all the way up to the dam on the north side of Chattanooga. And then it connects all the way to the south side of Chattanooga where they're building the new baseball stadium.
Our favorite ice cream spot in town is Clumpies, and they're celebrating 25 years of delicious ice cream making. And today we got 2 pup cups, which only cost $1 each for the dogs. And then for us, we went with one of their specialty, or actually two of their specialty flavors. We got their chai latte as well as their coffee cake. And anytime they have an ice cream that has cake inside of it, it's always my favorite. I remember in the fall, they would have like a carrot cake, or they had an olive oil cake in one of their ice creams once, and it's just so lip smack and delicious. But before we dig into ours, I'm gonna let the dogs dig into their treats. Nestled in the heart of downtown Chattanooga is the Hotel Chalet, and they essentially have transformed vintage train cars into luxurious accommodations. And we have the pleasure of staying in one of their train car rooms. And so I want to give you a little room tour.
All aboard!
All aboard! Oh my goodness, the sun. Come on in. So when you enter the train car, you'll immediately notice that all of the walls are painted a sage and forest green. And I just love the interiors because of that. It elevates the space and just makes it feel a lot more elegant and sophisticated. And so coming into the train car, we first pass by the bathroom, which is on the right-hand side. It's actually surprisingly spacious for being inside of a train car. And my favorite part are the tiled floors. There are jade and gold colored tiles scattered all about, and it just really brings a level of sophistication to the bathroom. And then all of their hardware is gold. There's a nice big shower, and then right in the corner is the toilet. And then coming out of the bathroom, down the hallway, which is lined with several rectangular windows that flood in natural light, we have the closet space. And I actually found some really exciting robes inside. These might be the most stylish robes we've ever had the pleasure of wearing at an accommodation. It's got stripes, and I don't know, the vibe just fits the space. It kind of reminds me of like a vintage English nightgown. And so I'm really excited to put this on. It's got some embroidered details right over here. As you go farther into the space, we enter the main part of the room. So behind me, we have a bed as well as a yellow ochre couch that actually pulls out to sleep two more. So this train car can fit 4 people total, which I think is pretty cool. Right over here is a sitting area. Just look at the winter light. It is flooding in through the windows, just spilling all over the bed and the ground, and I'm just absolutely in love with the natural light. However, if you don't like natural light and you want it to be nice and dark in here, there are these thick curtains that you can actually pull to cover all of the windows. In this corner over here is the drink station. We have a mini fridge that is filled with drinks, as well as a coffee bar. So lots of goodies tucked in this corner, and then TV, if you ever want to watch TV. We personally don't, but that is a nice huge TV for this wonderful space. So this is going to be our home for the next 48 hours, and I'm just so grateful to be staying here and to be enjoying this space that used to have a whole nother story, and now it's living its second life.
Quick pause to thank the sponsor of today's video, Embark Vet. So as you guys may know, we do not typically travel with our dogs Gretel and Geppetto, but for this trip to Chattanooga, we decided to bring them along. And what's really exciting is that actually a few years ago, we used Embark's DNA testing kit in order to get to know our dogs a little bit better. And so when they reached out to partner for this video, it just made perfect sense because we had such a good experience using them back then. Embark gave us tons of valuable insight into Gretel and Geppetto's breed and overall health. Gretel is 65.3% pug, 27% Beagle, and 7.3% Boston Terrier. And as we were reading about each of the different breeds, it just made so much more sense as to why her personality is the way that it is. We actually found out that Gretel is at higher risk for IVDD, so when she had the IVDD flare-up and was temporarily paralyzed, we knew exactly what to do and make changes like adding bed stairs, avoiding big jumps, and keeping her at a healthy weight. And Geppetto, surprisingly, we found out that he is 100% French Bulldog. For the longest time, the one ear up and the one ear down really threw us for a loop just because we thought there might have been some other breed mixed in there. And we also love that Embark continues to give us updates for any cousins or relatives that they're able to find. We actually found out that Geppetto has a brother named Clarence that lives just over an hour away from us, and so we really hope we can schedule a play date in the future so that they can meet up. So whether your dogs travel with you or stay at home like ours normally do, Embark gives you a full picture into their breed speed, and overall health so that you can just know your dog so much better. If you're interested in checking out Embark, you can check out the link in the description box below or scan the QR code on screen to learn more. Huge thanks to Embark for sponsoring this video, and with all of that, let's get back to exploring Chattanooga.
As a little afternoon pick-me-up, we've come over to Sleepyhead Coffee, and I decided to get their banana bread matcha. It is super interesting because there's banana cold foam as well as brown sugar on the bottom and just a lot of banana flavors coming through. And then Chad decided to get their maple brown sugar latte, and then we also decided to go for some house-made goodies. Here we have their pistachio donut, and then we got their cinnamon bun as well. This is so exciting. I don't think I've ever picked apart a cinnamon bun just to get the middle where all the ooey gooey deliciousness is inside. That is so good. This evening we've come to Hotel Chalet's on-site restaurant, and it's called Elsie's Daughter, and this place is just so cool. They have a lot of eclectic furniture, and a lot of it seems vintage or thrifted. Like right now we are sitting in an old church pew, and so I just love that they're reusing a lot of different things in this restaurant space.
Yeah, and for our appetizers, we got their chili maple bacon wrapped dates. And we also got their flash fried green beans, and it has buffalo and ranch sauce on top.
And crispy shallots.
Yes.
And then for dinner, we decided to go for their bistro steak, cooked rare, because that is just how we always get our steak. And then we also got their market catch, and today it's going to be the rainbow trout. I believe it comes with collard greens, but honestly, sitting here in this restaurant feels so surreal because I've been looking at it for, I think, a year and a half now. It's been on my list, and I'm just so grateful to be here. This morning we are starting our day at historic Lookout Mountain. We are currently at Ruby Falls. This is the tallest underground waterfall in the United States that's open to the public. And so we have a time slot at 9 o'clock a.m. We're about to venture down into the earth and experience the beauty of Ruby Falls.
Before our tour begins, we are sitting in their Castle Cafe, and what's really cool about this place is that it's entirely built from limestone that was pulled from the elevator shaft that they used to create an entrance into the cave. And so apparently the elevator goes 400 feet deep, and because of that, they had so much stone that they're like, why not build a castle? And what's also exciting is that they built the castle in 1929, so we're quickly approaching their 100-year anniversary of Ruby Falls and of visitors coming to see the underground waterfall. So before going into Ruby Falls, I did not know the history of why it was called Ruby Falls. And apparently there is this guy, his name's Leo, and he was really excited about this underground cave that apparently was blocked off because there's a railroad and the entryway to the cave was forever lost. And so he was like, man, I really want to get back into that cave. And so he bought the land on this hillside and then hired a team to excavate all the way down, and eventually they hit this shaft that allowed them to explore the cave. And side note, he had a wife named Ruby that he named the waterfall after he eventually found the waterfall.
So that's why it's called Ruby Falls. And I've been asking Chad all morning, where is my waterfall named after me?
Claire Falls.
Claire Falls. I just cannot get over how dedicated of a caver you have to be to army crawl through like an 18-inch opening for what, 6 hours
it took him
until
6
he could
hours,
stand up? Woo.
And apparently the total time he was down there was like 18 hours in order to find the waterfall.
That is true dedication and just
inspiring. Truly.
Am I inspired to do that? I don't know. But I feel inspired, I suppose, by his
determination.
Yes.
His grit.
So when we finally made it out there and we stepped out of the elevator, I was actually surprised by how warm it was, because we have once visited in the summer and it was very cool. And now that we are visiting in the late autumn, like going into the winter, I was just surprised it was very, very warm. I actually had to take my puffer off.
I mean, it felt good.
Yeah.
Not to say that it was hot. Apparently it maintains like the same temperature down there pretty much all year round. But anyways, we had so much fun this morning. It was a great way to start the day. And
I need to tell them about my favorite formation.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I have to share this because I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. So there's one called steak and potatoes, and it literally looks like a fatty steak with potatoes. I got so excited to see it. I just couldn't believe my eyes. So realistic.
I think they should make an ornament of steak and potatoes in their gift shop.
I would buy that so fast.
But now that we have explored the cave, we're gonna ascend to the top of their limestone tower using stone from their elevator shaft and look out at the city of Chattanooga.
For lunch today, we've come to State of Confusion, a state that Chad is in many times throughout the day. Confused. This place specializes with flavors from Latin America, New Orleans, and Carolina Low Country, which I was like, whoa, those are some interesting mixes of flavors, and the menu is just like, it's kind of all over the place. I mean, I was confused when I was looking at their menu. Maybe that's where the name came from. We got their ceviche sampler, which features 4 different ceviches from their menu. We also decided to get the chicha morada for our drink, and then Chad got classic sweet tea, you know, going southern. And then we also went for their gator gumbo, as well as their Nola shrimp po' boy. And Nola is New Orleans, Louisiana, if you didn't know.
We have made it to Rock City, which if you don't know about Rock City, you may have seen their logo or their text on barns. Actually, part of their marketing strategy way back when was hiring barns from farmers and then painting them. And it's pretty cool to be here. Claire and I have actually been here before, but it was a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we've officially made it to the viewpoint right at sunset where you can apparently see 7 states.
Yes, so apparently you can see Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina,
And North
Probably
Carolina.
North Carolina,
Yeah.
yeah. Chad says he can only see 3,
I don't believe it
but
yet.
I mean, I think if you had better vision, you might be able to see all 7.
You might see the airspace of that state. I'll say that.
Okay. And what is cool about Rock City is it's dog friendly. And
Yeah.
so we get a special outing with the dogs. They get to see Christmas lights. I don't think we've ever taken them anywhere to see Christmas lights. Maybe that's on us. But they're so excited because the pathways are kind of like the perfect size for them, you know?
They're like nice and winding. There's lots of
Yeah.
things to smell, and you're out in nature. They have all these different trails through the rocks. I guess that's why they perhaps call it Rock City.
I specifically booked us a 4 o'clock spot just so that we could watch the sunset. And then when it gets a little bit darker, the Christmas lights will just be a lot brighter. So
Yeah.
I thought it was just a good mix of daytime and nighttime. I can't get over how whimsical this place is. It feels like every turn has something special and something new. There are waterfalls cascading out of the rock, there are twinkling lights everywhere, and there are even hidden gnomes. And I've been keeping my eye out to find them. It's just so funny. Every time I find one, I'm like, ah, ha, ha, it's so silly. The magic is truly here in Rock City. I can't wait to bring my kids here someday and just really embrace the whimsy and the magic that is here on Lookout Mountain. So the Fairyland Caverns have been the part that I'm most excited about, and we've saved the best for last. So when we used to live in Chattanooga, anytime Chad and I wanted a date night, Rosecomb was #1 on our list just because of the ambiance and how it feels like you're dining in someone's home. And so coming back here felt just oh so sweet. I was really excited to walk through the doors and look at the specialty cocktails that they have tonight. It is next level. They are high quality cocktails, and the way that they mix different flavors, the creativity behind it, it is absolutely amazing. And so I went for the Desert Solitaire, which has gin in it, and then Chad went with the Strike the Gold, which has bourbon. Currently they have an acorn squash and Brussels salad, and that's gonna be my starter. Chad decided to go for their soup of the day, which is a leek and potato soup, and then I went for the catfish and grits, my absolute favorite. Every time I come here, I always order that. And then Chad went for their grilled cheese, which is his order. And so we both just went for our go-tos, excited to dine by candlelight, enjoy the ambiance of this place, and take in the last moments of Chattanooga.
And just like that, we've made it back to the hotel and we're gonna call it a night, but thank you so much for joining us here in Chattanooga. We've had so much fun the past few days, and if you're interested in following along as we go on many more adventures to come, then hit subscribe, and with all of that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.